We live. Another debacle. Second half. Like, come on. They're right there. I didn't even make a thumbnail for it. They're right there pissed me off. I'm like, come on. The Steelers fall short to the Bears, 28-31. And you watch this game, it's like two different teams played. Two different teams played in this game. First, you have, of course, the Steelers getting like 125 rushing yards in the first half, running the ball very well and effective. But second half is what things started to go bad for the Steelers. They started to play a style that wasn't their style. You'd think that, at 125 rushing yards in the first half, was running the ball very effectively. Second half, I should do the same thing. Nah, we're going to get pass happy and throw the ball down the field a few times to see what we can get. At one point, the Steelers, before they got to the fourth quarter drive, they scored a touchdown on, and a few drives they only had 12 yards of offense in the third quarter. Like that, they started playing horrible, turn the ball over in your own when you have in field goal range to score, turn the ball over as well, and mess yourself up. And there's two opportunities too as well. I know early in the game you went for a fourth down, and that was in the field goal range as well. And they said the tush push. They said that you can get the first down, even though it looked like you got the first down on the spot. But another opportunity, you're in field goal range, Mason Rudolph get strip sacked like that, holding the ball too long, and then that's 3 points on the board. Because you could be sitting at 31-31 right now, but you're not. And then the Steelers, of course, go out there and just look bad on that last drive right there. You get down the field a little bit, but I don't know why. Why we was throwing underneath. It's 3rd and 8. Why would you throw a 2-yard pass? Mason Rudolph, what decision was that? To throw a 2-yard pass to DK Metcalf in the middle of the field. Now, it'd be different if you threw the ball, it was outside, it was like out of bounds, and then you got to bounce, the clock stopped, and you can regroup. You throw a 2-yard pass in the middle of the field. Now on fourth down, you got to go for it and drop back. Pressure gets there a little bit, and the ball gets tips, and you lose. I'm like, come on, man. That right there was just, you should just kick the field goal. If you're going to do that, you're going to throw a 2-yard pass to DK Metcalf, you should have just kicked the field goal. You should have said, you know what? Let's just kick a 68-yard field goal and hope it goes in or something. I'm like, man, that right there was crazy. I'm like, I don't understand that call right there or that decision by Mason. And now fans can know that Mason Rudolph is not your starter. I was telling people that last time. I'm like, Mason Rudolph did a good job filling in. He pushed the ball down the field like his last start and stuff, but Rodgers is the starter, of course. I'm like, because the turnovers that Mason did and some missed throws, missed opportunities, Aaron Rodgers not turned the ball over like that in that situation, and I missing those opportunities like that in those spots. That right there was crazy. To throw a 2-yard pass, you have no timeouts left. 2-yard pass on 3rd and 8. Like, come on, man. The decision making was a serious problem, especially the first drive. Then you don't at least try to field goal. I'm like, yeah, at least try to field goal. Might as well try to field goal. I'm like, you're going to throw a 2-yard pass on 3rd and 8. I'm like, when you have 30-something seconds left, you should just ran the field goal unit out there and hope for a last-second field goal on fourth down like that, 68 yards. And maybe Boswell will get it, maybe he don't. But at least you do something. That's better than Mason Rudolph throwing the ball. I mean, that was horrible. See, the first drive was the field goal. The second was the INT, yeah. I'm like, you miss opportunities. You miss opportunities in those plays, of course, and you lose. And now you're 6-5, and the Ravens are first in the division now, technically, because they have a better record. They think they 1-0, 2-1-0 in the division, 2-0 in the division. I think they have a better record. You'd hope the Bengals beat them on Thursday on Thanksgiving game. But I'm like, come on, Steelers. Are they losing that game right there? That game right there should have been a game where you had to lead, because at halftime the game should have been 21-7. You drop a few interceptions. You drop an interception. Kyle Duggar had dropped the interception, would have stopped them from getting the field goal to make it 17-21. It would have been made 14-21. Then he had other opportunities as well. James Pierre, overthrown ball, he had it in his hands. He dropped one too. Missed opportunities there. Then also, of course, you went for a fourth down, the tush push. You didn't get it. It looked like you got it because they blew the whistle after he got over the line. I said that he got stuffed, but missed opportunity right there as well. And then, of course, turned the ball over, of course, as well. On Mason Rudolph getting strip sacked. Missed opportunity right there as well. And each turnover you did, the Bears scored on. When I say in the game preview, I said the Bears defense is not that good in the sense of like stopping you and keeping you hemmed in. But if you give them turnovers, which they lead the league in turnovers, they definitely capitalize off those. That's why they're the number 1 offense as well, because they capitalize off those mistakes. And you did a good job in hemming in the run, but you did not do a good job in reducing turnovers and also capitalizing on stuff. So now you're sitting at 6-5. Still have a winning record, but now you make it tough for yourself. You got the Bills next, like that. You got to try to see if you can win that game on afternoon. Then you got the Ravens right after, like that division game. Most likely, both teams are going to be. Hopefully, the Steelers they win this game. The next game will be 7-5, and it most likely will come down to that. I had a feeling it would come down to that. We're going to be 7-5 Steelers versus the 7-5 Ravens, and we'll see who win that first one. You got to play again later down the line. So, yeah, it's crazy. But hopefully Rodgers is healthy, comes back. And now fans know that Mason Rudolph is not the starter. I think Mason Rudolph did not look good today. A lot of dinking and dunking. And I still don't understand the decision-making for a quarterback. Throw the ball. Yeah, 38 seconds left. Throw a 2-yard pass in the middle of the field with no timeouts. I'm like, man, that right there was crazy. I would just keep the 68-yard field goal. I'm like, man, that was crazy right there. With the middle of the field wide open. Yeah, he said, F this season. What's up, Derpy? With the middle of the field wide open. And the middle of the field was wide open all day, Byron. Yeah, like Brandon Echols getting cooked. DJ Moore got him a few times. We've seen Rome got him. Luther Burden, who I wanted to be a Steeler. Now I made like 3 videos or 4 videos about him throughout the season. But the Steelers didn't draft a receiver. And now you're looking at like, oh, what if I had a receiver too? Who would have got open other than DK Metcalf when they double teaming him? Calvin Austin, he got open a few times, but he had a lot of mistakes too as well. Not getting set on that line, that big run that Mason had that could kept the drive alive. At least tie the game that drive, and you'd be looking at a different story right here maybe. But that didn't happen. He said putting Howard in, throw the season, please. Now don't throw the season. The season might be a little dreadful right now, but it's not over yet. Like you still had an opportunity to make the playoffs. You still got the Bills. You play the Ravens twice as well. You got the Browns again, a division game too. You have some games that you can definitely win. The rest of your games on the schedule, you can win. We see teams like the Lions who are struggling against the Giants right now. You see the Bills, how they look against the Texans, but you have to be consistent. And watch the Steelers next game come out there and they look good. And then the game after that against the Ravens, watch they come out there and look shaky. They can never string games along. They all got to look good one week, then look bad. Look good against the Colts, look bad against the Chargers. Look good against the Bengals, look bad against the Bears. Look good against the Bills, maybe. Hopefully, they don't look bad against the Ravens like that. That was like they're very inconsistent like that. You gotta learn how to stay consistent. I'm like, man, he said it was a good game, winnable at our end. We'll take the L. Yeah, it was a good game for overall like that. But the Steelers, yeah, at least have a chance to like at least tie it or something. Like, come on, it's over. The Ravens are back. It doesn't matter anymore. Well, it doesn't matter. You play the Ravens twice. You got the Ravens twice on the schedule, and a lot of football left. So the Ravens might be 6-5 with us, but it's not over until it's over. It's not over until, like they say, you're eliminated from contention or something. You keep playing. Now, some teams, organizations might give up and they might throw the towel in and tank, but I don't want my team to ever tank. And I'd rather us get to first round exit and lose in the playoffs again than tank and be like one of those teams that preaches losing. I don't want a team that preaches losing. I want a team that continues to keep fighting. Even though we haven't looked too good, of course, throughout the season, been up and down, I want us to keep fighting until it's over. And the Steelers are going to keep fighting. He said he want a draft pick. Draft pick is cool and all, but there's no guarantee that draft pick is going to be some hero. Look at the Browns. They get draft picks all the time in the first few picks. And what happened to them? Look at some of those bad teams. The Falcons, they trade their pick up to get Michael Penix. Look at them. All those teams that got those draft picks, it's not a guarantee you're going to have somebody special with those draft picks. So just keep playing. Keep playing. Keep playing. So Mason's a great backup. He's good for backup position, like being the backup. But this is why Rodgers is going to be the starter next week, most likely. They said should have ran more with all those linebackers out. Yeah, like in the first half, they had 125 rushing yards. But in the second half, they said, you know what? Let's get pass happy. Let's start passing this ball. They started passing the ball a lot and messed themselves up and dropped down. I was hoping we came back and got the victory. I'm like, come on, guys. They got to win that game. You have to win that one. Right there. You got 2 opportunities. Because Coach Tomlin punted it. I was surprised he punted it on 4th down. And then the defense got to stop. Got to stop for you. You get the ball back, you got to go out there and make something happen. You got to make something happen like that. And you don't make nothing happen, so you mess yourself up. Like that defense got 2 stops for you. To be exact, like that. You got back-to-back stops, and you didn't score on any of those drives like that. That right there was crazy. I'm like, man. But it's not over till it's over. I know some fans saying, oh, we're going to be done. No, it's not over yet. We're 6-5. Yes, the Ravens tied with us, but we play the Ravens twice. Still, we can easily win against the Ravens and be right back on top. Like, it's not over. I'm not giving up on my team until the very end. So I know some people throw it away, but I'm like, hey, we're gonna keep playing. We're gonna keep playing. So I don't want them making the playoffs. The decision making of this coaching staff is terrible. Yeah, the decision making is bad. Arthur Smith, it's crazy because like he can call some great, phenomenal plays, and then he'll revert back. So like the second half, really the first half. First half overall, and the first drive was a little crazy. You get 9 yards and you throw a jump ball in the air. You got picked off. But first half, great, 125 rushing yards. You got the lead. Second half, he decided to not throw. He had 12 yards in the third quarter and turned the ball over, and a lot of mismatches and like just like mistakes and stuff. Like what's going on? Like why are we calling this game? He said, he said, what's up, Mark? He said, fire Tomlin, fire everyone. The season's over. Season is over. Yeah, I know a lot of fans are saying that the season's over, but now this is week 18. Then the season might be over. But you got the Bills, you got the Ravens twice, you got the Browns still left, the Lions still left in your schedule. Who else are left on the schedule? We got what's the other game we have on as well? Steelers schedule. Let me put a schedule up. I'm like, the game ain't over yet, man. The season's not over yet. I know some of the fans are serious about it. Like, oh, fuck, hey, get everything done. But it's not over yet. Yeah, Bills, Ravens, twice, Lions, Browns, Dolphins. It's not over. And what's crazy, the Steelers can win all those games, but we got to see they stay consistent. To watch the next game, they bounce back and be consistent, and then after that, inconsistent, consistent, inconsistent, and then we're gonna get ourselves right back into the meme of being 9-8. I don't want to be 9-8. We haven't been 9-8 in a while, too. I don't know where that meme come from. We was 10-7 past 2 years, but the meme said, "I'll still be 9-8 again." We haven't been 9-8 like 3 or 4 years, but I want us to at least have a home field playoff game, because at home I got a feeling we can actually win the playoff game, but they want to play on the road so much on playoff games. Now, and the AFC is still wide open. Anybody can beat anybody. As you can see, we beat the Colts and the Patriots, 2 top teams in the conference, but we also lost to some teams that we should have beat, like the Bengals, like that, a team that's not even in the playoff picture. We lost to them this season, and we lost to the Chargers as well. Chargers team who got jacked up by the Colts. So anybody can win in this conference right here, but you got to make sure to go out there and capitalize. You got to capitalize on those mistakes and make things happen. It said for the fire tunnel crowds, it's the worst. Yeah, I'm like, we're not firing the coach in the middle of the season, especially if we're sitting 6-5. Yes, it hasn't looked the best like that, but come on, the season's not over yet. It'd be different if we was sitting like, who was like 1-9. Feel like, okay, yeah, it's time to do something. But we 6-5. You still first in the division. You tied with the Ravens. You play the Ravens in 2 weeks. You got the Bills this coming week. It's not over yet. You just need to make some adjustments and capitalize. Because most of the games, you go back to our losses, a lot of the games come down to us just making boneheaded mistakes. Like boneheaded mistakes like that in different spots of the games that come back to hunt you a little bit. Just capitalize, please. It's the most steady way to 10-7, but that could win the division. Yeah, 10-7 might get it done. For the Ravens, 6-5, their schedule, I don't know, Ravens fans have like, oh, we got the division back. I'm like, come on, guys, y'all play the Jets. Not in week 1, Jets. Y'all play the Jets in week 12? What's the Ravens schedule? What the Ravens schedule look like? I'm like, the Ravens, they're right there with us a little bit. But I think their games might be a little different than ours. But 10-7 could definitely get done. I just want a home playoff game. I'm like, I think we make the playoffs, of course, but I want a home playoff game. I'm like, at least have a chance or a shot. Hopefully, Rodgers can come back and be good and healthy, and see how things come back for the next game. Because yeah, you got the Bengals on Thursday, Thanksgiving game, which is a game that could lose. I think you never know. Division games be crazy. Bengals on Thursday, and then you have the Steelers, of course. That's gonna be a crazy game. Then the Bengals again, as well, like that. And that's time to be on the road. And then you have the Patriots, Packers, Steelers. So the Ravens, it definitely could be a 10-7 situation like that. So just keep playing. Keep playing to see what happens. But you should have won this game right here. This game right here is a game you could have won. You had 2 opportunities to end with your offense. I know you had the backup quarterback in, Mason Rudolph and stuff, but that's when you go out there and say, you know what, we're going to go out there and win it. Even though we had some mistakes in the second half, we got the win in the tough one. But they fell short, sitting 6-5, still top of the division, but you're going to need to lock in. Lock in and play. So we'll see what happens, of course, in this, but basically most of the stuff I have to say about this video, right? I think so. Most of the stuff I have to say about this. So we'll see what the Steelers can do. They can bounce back. I have a video on my channel, what went right, what went wrong, but since we lost, is what went wrong. That'll be coming out a little bit later today. And then I guess I can just chill and watch Welcome to Derry. I'll watch that show. That'll give me some joy a little bit. I'll watch that later today when it comes out. But yeah, the Steelers, 6-5. Got the Bills next afternoon. The Bills are coming off of a loss as well. They got a 10-day break. They lost to the Texans. And the Texans, we need to watch that game, how the Texans got to them. Pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. You can condense the outside because they have nobody on the outside. They're kind of like us a little bit on offense, but a little different. They got Josh Allen, of course. But on the outside, they have nobody who can win in coverage that much. So you get pressure inside like that. You can play condense the outside like that, and keep those receivers hemmed in. It's like you can get the win like that. So we'll see the Steelers can use that. We haven't beat the Bills in a while. I think the last time he beat the Bills, Big Ben was there. Remember, they said Johnson caught that touchdown in the corner with the one hand like that. And then T.J. Watt had a strip sack in that game. That was the first game of the season. The Steelers coming off of that year, they lost to the Browns like that in the playoffs. That was the following year. Big Ben last year, the Steelers actually beat the Bills. That's the last time we beat the Bills. So we'll see if we can beat the Bills this time. We lost to them in the playoffs. We lost to them in the regular season. We had one game where Kenny Pickett first start, and we was down like 28 to like 0 at halftime. Remember, Gabe Davis caught that big pass down the middle of the field against Minka. That was crazy. But you got an opportunity still as well. Like that. It's not over yet, but it is a little disappointing. Like you had a big lead. Of course, you was 4-1 like that, and then you kind of blew the lead a little bit. And now you're 6-5, of course, over your last few games. You haven't won. You've been kind of inconsistent. You win one, you lose one. You gotta lock in. You gotta lock in, of course. I'm not watching the press conference either. I don't want to hear the press conference because there's nothing to say really about anything. Just like saying we gotta just stop living in our fears. Stop making mistakes. We gotta lock in. We gotta play our style of football and stuff. I think you gotta stick to what's best. Stop trying to overthink things and be fancy. Because Arthur Smith, I'm like, you're getting the big yards in the first half. 125 yards on the ground. You're on pace to get 200 rushing yards. You're on pace for 250 rushing yards in the game. And you decide to get pass happy. You decide to stop doing things. And why Jaylen Warren did not get a lot of touches, that always makes me like wonder. Like Jaylen Warren, he had some big runs, some big games, and then eventually they stopped giving him the ball. They had Kenneth Gainwell out there a lot of the time on some of those plays where you like Jaylen Warren would have been better in a situation right here. It's second and 2. Why Kenneth Gainwell is getting the opportunity to run the outside instead of cutting the inside, he run outside. He gets nowhere. And then other play, they run a little sweep around. You throw the ball to Gainwell behind the sticks and gets nothing on the first drive. You're like, what is going on? And you see Jaylen Warren is on the sideline just sitting there. I thought he was hurt. At one point, kind of like they had Kenneth Gainwell out there every single time. I'm like, Gainwell had a big play in the game, of course, that 55-yard run, but I would like to see Jaylen Warren get a lot more touches than what he is. Like that. Because remember when we had Najee last year, people said, oh, Najee taking all the touches. We need Jaylen Warren to get touches. Now, Jaylen Warren here, they still don't give him a lot of touches. I feel like he could have had at least 150 rushing yards in this game. They stayed with him and gave him 25 carries. But they don't do that at all. Like that. For some reason, they forced the ball to Kenneth Gainwell. I don't know if he plays for Arthur Smith fantasy team or not, but they forced the ball to him a lot. I feel like he got a lot of touches that be unnecessary at times. We'll see what happens, though. He said making the wrong adjustments. Yeah. Like, we got to find a way to just stay. Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You're like, oh, we got all these yards in the first half. Let's stick with it. Stick with it, keep going. If they stop it, we'll try to make some switches and some changes. But if they don't, we'll stay with it and hope for them to try to stop us. So right now the Steelers, sitting at 6-5. I'm gonna have the division video coming out probably on Monday. So be on the lookout for that. But that's all I have for today's video. Thank you guys for tuning in, and everybody in the chat for tuning in and stuff as well. The post-game show. I'll be back tomorrow. I might live stream the game tonight. I got the Bucks and the Rams. That'll be a crazy game. I might live stream the game tonight on the Arsenal D.B channel. But I'm gonna have the Arsenal D.B video, what went right, what went wrong. So be on the lookout for that. And also, this week is Thanksgiving week too as well. So on Thursday, I'm gonna be live streaming some game. I might live stream that division game at the night. I was gonna do the morning game and then the afternoon game. But I might do morning and night game. I think to watch that Ravens and Bengals game, and I'm gonna have to I'm gonna vomit. I'm thinking about that. I gotta cheer for the Bengals to actually win. So it's gonna be horrible, but I hope the Bengals win. Like that, Bengals win against the Ravens on Thursday night. I'm gonna be watching it on Thanksgiving. So be on the lookout for that on the Arsenal D.B channel. So thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out, Jer. Everybody who's in the chat and stuff, and people who are watching after, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section as well. Most people watch after. Cause I sometimes look at it and be like, oh, during this live stream you had 20. Then I look back at it and be like 200. Like most people watch it after. They be like, this happened, that happened. I don't think the live stream ad. I don't think the live stream adds any any stamps or something. So just scroll through with the arrow or something. But we'll bounce back. I just hope we stay consistent. And we bounce back. We win the game. We can string some games together, like win 2 in a row or 3 in a row. String some games together to get a little more comfortable. But we'll see what happens, of course. But Rodgers should be back next week, hopefully, and we'll see how things go. But peace out. Like, man, could have won that game.